What's going on, you guys? It's your boy, the UnFadingRocket here, and it's time for another episode of Rocket Rants. Today's subject, we're going to be talking about E3, what I thought about it, as well as the things that, the particular games that really interested me for each individual conference, right? So if I'm not going over your favorites, I apologize, but do keep in mind that we all, as gamers, we all have very different tastes. So, you know, bear with me here. Anyways, let's start off with what I thought about E3 as a whole, right? Actually, we're also going to be talking a little bit about that new Fortnite mode that I was just playing. Today's Friday as I'm actually saying this, and I only just tried it out now, but anyways, let's get on to E3. It literally happened this week. E3 happened. If you guys don't know, E3 is a huge gaming convention. By now you guys should know. It's a huge gaming convention where all the big devs, all the big tech companies come in and they show off everything that they got going on in their studios that are either coming out this year or next year. And basically it's basically like a huge investment call, because they're trying to get fans to, you know, to get hype for the games that they got coming out, and you know, those things also make investors want to come in and be like, ha ha ha, I'm about to make all that money. But anyways, I digress. Like this year's E3, it came and gone. Overall, I'm going to give the show a B-, and the main reason why I'm giving it a B- is because of one conference and one conference only that, in my opinion, saved the whole thing from being given a D. And the reason why is because of the fact that I understand that E3 shows games that are going to be coming out in the future, but I would love it if developers gave us stuff that were coming out this year. Right? And only one conference really gave us a lot of games that were coming out this year. The majority of all the games that they showed, especially in terms of new games that they haven't already announced, are coming out next year. And I can accept that. I understand that, especially because of the fact that these games are coming out in like early spring, mid-spring 2020. I mean early spring 2020 or like late or like early summer 2020, right? And it's like I could accept that, because at least the games are going to be coming out soon rather than like in 2 or 3 years from now. But it's like they're pushing all of the games at us at once, and I would love to have a time where I could play one small part, a small section of video games here, small section of video games there, small section of video games there. And instead, they're giving us basically all the big titles, especially the big titles are coming out all at once. And it's like, it's too much for me to buy all these games. As I'm saying this, I am 23 years old. I'm in college and I work. I have very little time to actually play all of these video games. So you know, I have to dock it points for that. And then the other reason why is because of the fact that this year is all about the trailers, nothing about gameplay. Almost all of the games that they showed us. Now, I'm not saying every single conference was a trailer. They did show some gameplay, but mostly for games that are already coming out. But they showed mostly trailers for almost all of the games. It's basically like, why are you showing us this? Why are you showing us trailers? Trailers, especially nowadays, people don't really watch trailers as much as they used to, because we feel cheated and lied to when we watch a trailer. We see all the fun things that are going on in that trailer, and almost none of it comes to fruition, i.e. Anthem. Anthem is the biggest example of this. I have the game, I happen to like the game, but even I have to admit, the game that they showed us at E3 and the game that we got are two very, very different things. And it really is a sad thing to see when people just give up on a game like they gave up on Anthem. EA didn't give up on it, but the fans did. So, you know, trailers aren't all that. We need to see gameplay, because the gameplay at least guarantees that what we are seeing is probably what we're going to be playing, because that means that the game is, you know, the game is at least partially complete, at least the gameplay side of things. But I digress. Those are the two main reasons why I give it like a B-, and it's like a really, really low B-, edging towards a C+. But anyways, that's literally my overall opinion on it. And now I'm going to be talking about certain conferences. Now, I'm not going in any particular order, but do know that I'm only talking about the games that really interested me. And we're going to start off with Bethesda, because Bethesda is one of my favorite game studios. Yada yada yada. So Bethesda this year, they showed off Doom Eternal. I don't hate actually love the first Doom, and I like Doom Eternal from a gameplay standpoint. but I bought the first Doom when it was on sale for like a good $20. And I think I'm probably going to do the same with Doom Eternal. Primarily because it just looks like the first Doom with new gameplay mechanics. That's cool and all, I like more Doom, but I don't think I'm gonna spend $60 on it, like, you know, immediately. I'm probably gonna have to wait on a sale. They also showed us a new game from Arcane Studios, the guys that made Dishonored. They made this new game called Deathloop, which stars this a pair of assassins trying to kill each other. Both of them, for if you guys really want to know, they're African American assassins meant to kill each other. It's really just a trailer. There was no gameplay. The game's made by Dishonored devs, and I love Dishonored, so I'll give it a fair shake. It might catch my interest. So we'll have to see about that. They also showed this game called Ghostwire Tokyo, which I didn't really get at all, but it's made by the same people that made The Evil Within, so it's probably some kind of horror game, survival horror game. I don't really care. I mean, it got my attention because it looked interesting, but other than that, I didn't really care much about it. By the way, they showed no Elder Scrolls 6, and they did not show any Starfield either, so good looking out, Bethesda. You know, way to really show your fans that you care about them when they're talking about the games that they want to see. And then lastly, actually two more things. They showed us Wolfenstein Youngblood. Now I'm a fan of Wolfenstein, and I'm probably going to buy this game on the Switch. But other than that, they showed Wolfenstein Youngblood. I'm also not copping it day one either. That's another game I'm not copping day one. And then Fallout 76, Wastelanders, which basically is the thing that's, I think it's the part that's coming out this summer or winter. And they're also showing us the NPCs that are going to be returning into the game with the expansion pack. But I think it's free, by the way. I don't think you have to pay for it. And then they also showed us a battle royale for Fallout, and I gave it a try. I don't really have anything to say about it. I just tried it. That's it. I have nothing more to say there. So now we go on to EA. That was Bethesda. Now we're on EA. You guys already know how I feel about EA. I'm pretty sure EA thinks I hate them, or you guys think I hate them. I want to say this right now. I don't hate EA. I just hate their stupid decisions because they make nothing but stupid decisions. Look what they did with Anthem. Look what they did with... Don't even remind me. But anyways, EA had only one game that really caught my attention, and that was Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, which was the very first thing that they showed at their conference. They showed gameplay. And the gameplay was reminiscent of The Force Unleashed, which in my opinion, my personal opinion, was my favorite single-player Jedi-oriented Star Wars game that I played ever. And I was really interested in it. Originally I was not interested in this game at all, because to this day I still don't trust EA to make a good Star Wars game. However, Respawn's the ones that are making this game, and it got my attention, but we have to wait and see just what kind of nonsense EA will put into the game, because without a doubt, EA will do something. It's at the point now where I'm actually going to be disappointed if EA doesn't do something to this game to make it bad. But other than that, they only showed, they also showed FIFA 20. I'm a soccer fan, but I'm not copping this game at $60. Gonna cop it when it's on a sale. Madden 20, I'm more of a football fan than a soccer fan. Therefore, but this is still another game I'm going to be copping on a sale. And then they also have Apex Legends Season 2. They showed off the new character. The new character looked nice. I'm probably going to try it out once and then forget about it. And then that's literally it, because I didn't really care about anything else that they showed at that conference. Now, this is going to be a long video primarily because of this press conference. This one conference is the reason why it's the B to this entire E3's D. That sounded wrong in my head. I mean, it sounded better in my head. It sounded stupid when I said it out loud. But still, Nintendo are basically my reason why this E3 was actually good. Because nothing they showed to me, I hated. Now, I may not be interested, but I didn't hate anything they showed me. Nothing at all. I was interested in almost all of the games that they showed. And plus, they did what very little other people did at E3, which was show gameplay for their games. And they have more games coming out this year than the other conferences as well. Come on, you guys, get your act together. If you guys are showing us games, show us games that we can play within the next 3 to 4 months. Well, actually, let me be more specific. Show us games that we can play in the next 4 to 6 months. Not games that are going to be coming out in March or in March or April or May of 2020. It's like I don't have. Lord only knows what's gonna happen between now and then. So at least, very least, I know I have a better chance of playing these games than I have playing the games that are coming out next year. But still, I'm rambling here. Nintendo, you guys are latest lifesavers. Let's start off with the obvious one here. They revealed that they are currently making a sequel for Breath of the Wild. The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild is my favorite Zelda game of all time. I can say that without any hyperbole. I have played almost all of the Zelda games except for, I'm pretty sure, Triforce Sword, that 4-player one that was on the Game Boy, and that other 4-player one that was on the 3DS. Those are the only two that I haven't played, but I can pretty much say that I played all of the others. Breath of the Wild was my favorite. And basically they showed a trailer for it, and that's understandable, but it looks like from what I'm seeing it's going to be going to add a new area to the already huge map that they had in Breath of the Wild. So I hope that this is a game that will be coming out within the next 2 years, but you know, it's Nintendo and it's Zelda games usually get delayed like hell until they actually come out, so we'll be patient and just wait for this one. They showed off Link's Awakening. Like I said, I played the other Zelda games. I did like Link's Awakening. I might cop this one, but I'm not copying it day one if it is $60. If it is less than $60, like let's say $40, it'll be a cop. But otherwise, I'm not copying it for $60 because it's a remaster. Now, personally, I didn't really care about this, but a lot of you guys are huge Animal Crossing fans, so I have to talk about it. They showed off Animal Crossing New Horizons, and like I said, I'm not a fan of Animal Horizon. I said Animal Horizon. Animal Crossing, but you guys are, and I mean, most people are, and you know, if it does look like a nice chill game to play, so I'm not gonna bash on it too much. It looks nice. It's been released to be. It's been delayed. I said it's been released. It's been delayed to be released in March of 2020. So for you guys who are fans, you know, sorry about that, but I mean, hey, you got something to look forward to in March of next year. They also showed off, what's the game called? Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3. You guys know I'm a Marvel fan through and through, and I like Marvel, and I played the first 2 Marvel Ultimate Alliance games, really enjoyed them. I also played the X-Men Legends series, like X-Men Legends 2, Rise of the Apocalypse, which is my favorite of those style of games. I think it's isometric adventure, action adventure game, but still. They showed off Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3. That is a game I'm without a doubt. Sorry, that is a game I am without a doubt copying. They also showed off. Oh yeah, they showed off a couple of indie titles, and I, you know, that it is what it is. But at the end of the conference, they basically revealed to all of us that Banjo-Kazooie will be added to this game, and that is hype as hell. Like, I was watching the trailer with Easy. If you guys want to see, see my reaction to the thing, make sure to follow Make It Look Easy's channel. Put a link in the description below to the specific video of the Smash reveal. But oh my god, when they revealed Banjo-Kazooie, I literally wept. Banjo-Kazooie was one of my favorite of the Nintendo 64 games to play ever. So much so, I bought it on the Xbox 360 when I had it. So I played the first Banjo-Kazooie. I played Banjo-Tooie, and I even played Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts. But mostly because I'm pretty sure it was a free title on the 360, and I basically got it for free. I didn't hate it as much as everybody else did, but it was not the Banjo-Kazooie that we once knew and loved. But they revealed that he's going to be the character in Smash, and I'm super hyped about that. They also showed, but he was at the end of the trailer. They also showed the hero, basically the main character from the Dragon Quest series, is going to be the summer character that's going to be in Smash. And I don't hate Dragon Quest, so you know, the character looked nice. He actually kind of reminds me a little bit of Zelda. I said Zelda, Link. He reminded me a little bit of Link, so he's going to be interesting to use because I do like to use Breath of the Wild Link. So he'll be very interesting to try out, so I can't wait to see what he does. But if I'm missing anything else, that's literally because it's mostly because I forgot, but also because these are the only games that really interested me. I didn't hate anything that Nintendo showed, but these were the ones that I'm like, oh, I'm so gonna buy this. But I digress. That's all I had for Nintendo. By the way, I should let you guys know that there was literally nothing. Sony wasn't at this conference, so I have nothing to say on the PlayStation side of things. But anyways, let's get on to Square Enix. Square Enix had only two games that really interested me. Nothing else I really cared for, but once again, and mostly also because of the fact that it was all trailers, very little gameplay, except for one of the games. But this game, I have to explain why is it that I'm hyped and not hyped at the same time for it. Final Fantasy VII Remake. The reason why I'm not hyped for this game is because of the fact that Square Enix has a track record of taking forever to release their games. And this is going to be an episodic series. Rather than the whole thing at once, this is going to be an episodic series. Now, they did give us a release date, and I'm happy about that, especially because I did like Final Fantasy VII. I played a little bit of it. I enjoyed the story, liked the characters. I was also one of the people who cried when Aerith died, yada, yada, yada. But still, this is a game this is a huge game. Like, it was such a big game, it was separated into 3 discs when it initially launched, right? I think on a PlayStation. And it's like, this is a big game. I don't know how many parts are they gonna make. So but they basically just showed off the whole first part of the first Final Fantasy VII, basically when you're in Midgard. And my lore on Final Fantasy is kind of shifty. It's kind of shifty at best, so I apologize if I'm forgetting things. They showed off great gameplay. I enjoyed it. I just found out that you could not. Well, I found out from that gameplay that you can use characters other than Cloud. You do not exclusively using Cloud. Now, if they added multiplayer, that would really be dope. But still, like, they showed off the fact that Cloud and Barrett were fighting that robot, that scorpion robot that was sicked on them by that dude, President Shinra, I believe. It was nice. I enjoyed the gameplay once again, like I said, and I like the fact that it's finally going to get a release. But I don't know when this game is coming out, right? I don't know when the full release of this game is going to be. It could be 2030. It could be 2035, and the game's still not complete. So that's why I'm keeping my expectations for this game low, because I'm not gonna pay $60 and then wait 10 more years to play the next part. No, I'm not doing that. That's a waste of time. But anyways, that's literally all I have to say about Final Fantasy. They also showed off the Avengers project, which was the second thing I really cared about at this conference. They showed off the Marvel's Avenger game that's being made by Crystal Dynamics. I really don't know what games Crystal Dynamics has made prior to this, so forgive me for that. But basically, from what I saw in the trailer, it looked nice. I thought it was gameplay, but apparently it was all part of a big cinematic trailer. I thought that the parts where we saw the characters fighting and flying and running around and stuff, I thought that was gameplay. People tell me that it was part of the trailer, so it's coming out next year. That's cool. I can't wait to see what it looks like. I need to see more. I need to see some actual gameplay if that's not what I saw before I make a formal decision. So it is what it is. And then that's literally all I have to say. That's it. I really don't have anything else because I don't really care much about Square Enix games. The Ubisoft press conference, I'm going to be very, very short about because there was only one game that interested me. Nothing else really did. I don't care about Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Breakpoint. It looks nice. It looks nice. I hope whoever likes it has fun with it, but I don't really care. Don't care about Rainbow Six. None of that. The only game that interested me, I'm going to be short with this because this is already a long enough video. The only game that interested me was Watch Dogs Legion, which is basically the next Watch Dogs, which takes place in London. I saw the gameplay. Apparently, the way it works is that you control a whole bunch of people, not just one. You control a whole bunch of people, and that's cool and all. It looks nice. So it's like, I can't wait to see what the game. I need to see a little bit more gameplay before I make a formal decision as to whether or not I cop. But so far, from what I've seen, I love Watch Dogs. I played the first one, but I love Watch Dogs 2. But yeah, that's literally all I have to say about that. Watch Dogs Legion looks nice. Lastly, we talk about Microsoft, and it's like the only game I cared about in Microsoft's press conference was Cyberpunk 2077. They showed off a whole bunch of other games, right? And it's like, I do like what I see with those games, but none of those games, I would say, really caught my attention other than 3. They actually showed gameplay for that Dragon Ball video game coming out, Project Z, or I think it's called Project Goku or Kakarot. But still, like, I enjoyed that. I'm definitely going to be copying that. They showed off a release date for Dying Light 2. That's coming out next year. That'll be fun to play. And I think that's really it. Sadly, I only cared about 3 of the games that I saw. And the third one, of course, is Cyberpunk 2077, which they gave us a release date for. It's, as you guessed, it's coming out next year. But they actually showed off another character who's going to be on the game, who I personally was excited for because I recently watched John Wick Chapter 3, 2, and 1. Not in that order. I watched 1, 2, and 3. They showed off Keanu Reeves, the guy who plays John Wick, and it was kind of cool. I'm not gonna lie to you. I kind of popped in my seat. I was like, "Yo, that's John Wick!" Yeah. He made, he basically talked about the game a little bit, and he's like, "You're breathtaking, all that stuff," trying to pull off an Oprah, but it was cool to see him there, and it's cool to see him in the game. Cyberpunk 2077 is one of those games where I'm like, I'm gonna buy it day one. The problem is that I was actually going to not really care too much about the game if I didn't get a release date for that game, because I've seen trailers and I've seen gameplay, and I already know I'm gonna buy it. So I just need to know, when can I buy it. I'm glad to know that it's coming out next year for me to purchase. That'll be fun. It's gonna be a game that I'm so gonna cop and definitely going to stream. Other than that, they showed the new Xbox. I don't really care about the new Xbox that's coming out. If you guys do, that's cool. But I'm a college student who works, so I don't have enough money to buy the new Xbox console. Especially if I could just buy a PC and just play it there. It's coming out apparently next. It's capable of going 8K, 120 frames per second. So cool on that. It's coming out next year, holiday 2020. It's also coming out at the same time with Halo Infinite. Halo Infinite is confirmed to be a launch title for that next Xbox. It's cool. And after that, that's literally all I really cared about. Oh yeah, in Gears of War 5 too, and the Outer Worlds. The Outer Worlds and Gears of War 5. But like I said, I don't have an Xbox One right now, so I can't even buy those games to be interested in playing them on that console. And that's really all I could say so far for like what I saw at E3. It's like, I didn't hate E3. Once again, I didn't hate it, but it was a pretty drab show. But it is what it is. At the very least, I was happy with the games that they showed. Happy enough. I didn't hate any of the games that they showed us. It's cool. It's definitely going to be a good year, a great year next year for video games. Microsoft is coming out with their console in holiday of 2020, so it's up to. So right now, all I have to say is that I got a message for you, Sony. What are you guys going to do? Because you literally have next year to from this year to next holiday 2020 to either give us a release date or talk to us about the next PS5. So, ball's on your court now, Sony. You guys are literally the only ones left. And if I didn't say this before, Nintendo basically won E3 for me. No other studio except for Nintendo won E3 for me. Nintendo, y'all got an A grade, whatever. Cool, all that stuff. But yeah, Sony. It's Sony I want to see, because Sony has to respond to all the games that Microsoft showed, and not just the games, but the fact that Microsoft is launching their console next year. Sony, what do you have to say about that? But anyways, you guys, I've talked for long enough. It has been 23 minutes, and I've said my piece. So I'm going to end off the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys did, please make sure to leave a like on the video. Comment what you guys think about E3. Who do you think personally won E3? And subscribe to my channel if you are new. I will be streaming tonight. I'm not sure what game. Probably going to be the new Fortnite mode with Easy, or Spyro if he's not down for it. But yeah, that's literally it. I'm going to be streaming tonight. Don't know about tomorrow, because I might be cooking on Sunday, so we'll see. But anyways, I have been your Captain Rocket, and I will see you guys later on the next video. We're going back to that scheduling, folks. We are going back to that scheduling. I will keep telling myself until I actually do it. Peace.